Welcome to Let's Play Valkyria Chronicles 4. My name is Karsten. I've loved the Valkyria Chronicles 1. I never got a chance to play 2 or 3, but I really loved 1. Played it on the PlayStation 3 when it first came out. Got all the medals. Also played the PC version and the PlayStation 4 remastered version. Got all the medals, trophies, whatever you want to call them, on all those as well. I won't claim to be particularly good at it, these games. Getting those did admittedly involve a lot of save scumming and a lot of scout rushes. I've heard that in the more recent games, they've made scout rushes marginally less viable, at least. But we'll see. I plan on not doing save scumming here too much. I fully intend to save scum to prevent characters from permanently dying. I don't know if anyone watching this isn't familiar with these games. It's a combination, a mix between kind of overhead tactics and first person. As you can see, it has a really distinct art style. They call it the Canvas engine, is the game engine that it runs on. It takes place in sort of not quite Europe, in a time period that's kind of mostly World War II-ish, but heavy emphasis on tanks. I don't know about this one, but I know in the first one there weren't really planes. There's someone was working on building one, but it's not exactly a unit you can field. They just shows up in a cutscene. So we'll see how this goes. Like I said, I've played through a lot of the first one. I played the first one a lot. I did load this up earlier to get the volume more or less adjusted and make sure the camera controls worked. So I played through the first mission, though I did not watch any of the associated cutscenes. I just kind of rushed through it to make sure that everything was working. So without further ado, actually one other technical thing. I am recording this at 30 frames a second instead of 60, because the game only runs at 30 frames a second. So, unless they patch in a 60 frame a second, then we'll be running in 30. So without further ado now, let's go ahead and start a new game. We're going to go with normal. Give that a try. Let's see. It doesn't give any descriptions for these, so we'll go with normal.
The day our hometown burned, that was the day we enlisted. At last, we had something to believe in. Something worth fighting for. None of us yet knew. We couldn't foresee what this war would cost us. It was a battlefield, but it was where we grew up. Wind out of the northeast, clear skies, and nap time's over. Come on, Raz.
I wasn't napping, just resting my eyes. You gotta relax, man. You're way too freaking tense. Your hands are shaking. So sack up, Commander. It's about time we get ready to roll out. Let's show those imps what's coming to them.
Yeah. A shift in the wind. There.
Huh? You getting those wind whispers again? Imperials incoming! All right, boys, it's go time!
Squad E, do you read me? Squad E!
This is Commander Claude Wallace. Squad E.
The Imperial forces are on the move, heading for your position!
Ready to engage.
Do not let them break through to the front line. We're counting on you.
Roger that. Over.
Good luck, Squad E.
They won't advance until they're done shelling the area. We should have time to prepare. Kai, take a group to that southern hill and slow down their left flank. Raz, take 2 soldiers east and make some noise for me. You got that?
Gotcha. Keep up or get left behind. At your command.
Hoffman, roll out! Squad E, ready to engage. All right. Just remember your training. We can do this. Eliminate all Imperial hostiles. Let's stop their advance. Squad E, move out!
And yes, I will be playing this with English voices.
All set, Raz?
Just say the word, boss. I'm locked, loaded, and in-freaking-vincible.
Okay. First, we'll see how they respond to some infantry. Squad E, move out! Okay. Looks like everyone's in position. Finally. It's time. I'm their commander. It's up to me to get everyone out alive. Concentrate. Remember your training. We can do this. I can do this.
And combat starts, you'll see a map of the area and your unit's positions. This is command mode. Here you'll select the unit you'd like to move based on the terrain and their respective position. Move the cursor and press X to switch to action mode. So, this is what the map looks like. So what we can see is we have a unit up here. This is a scout. That's an enemy unit scout, enemy scout here, and an enemy scout here. This line means they can see me. So we'll pick Raz or shock trooper. Now that other line that appeared means he can see both of these units. Okay. And he's a shock trooper, so he's going to pretty much shred scouts. Shock troopers have less movement than scouts. Their gun has less range, but hits a lot harder with a lot more bullets. And they have better armor against regular bullet fire.
I got this!
Scouts also have longer visual range, usually. The unit switches into action mode where they can move and attack. Now, let's see. AP gauge at the bottom will slowly deplete while the unit's in motion. Once the soldier runs out of AP, they will be left unable to move. There's sandbags you can crouch behind. It says to order them to move to the sandbags. We're not going to do that, because I bet that's just going to waste a move. Now, see that blue line means I can see them, but they can't see me.
Unable to fire! I repeat, unable to fire!
You hear a lot of background radio chatter.
They're not fighting back.
So each time you pick a unit, you can move
run home with their tails between
and
their legs.
perform one action. Whether that's shooting with a gun, tossing a grenade, using Ragnade, which is healing. So we are going to run right straight over here. Time to attack. No, it's not. I want to get closer. Press R1 to enter target mode. Move the cursor. Pick target. Hit X to attack. And if they're still alive, they can counterattack. We're going to go over here. Oh, he turned and saw me. Oh well. He's still going to basically be dead. Like I said, shock troopers just can shred scouts. It says once they're done performing an action to exit command mode, but I've got some movements left.
Pretty good.
And that guy's doing like pitiful little almost no damage to me. Yeah, sandbags. I know what sandbags are. But I don't know that I'm going to use them. Crouching does make it harder to hit, and you can't get a crit. When someone's behind a sandbag, they take less damage, and you can't crit them by getting a headshot.
The enemy's returning fire.
I'm going to use up all my movement.
Keep firing.
Any of the action here. If enemies see you, they will shoot at you as you're moving. They will not shoot at you while you're aiming.
Damn it, these assholes are in my way. I can't break through this.
Oh, shut up, Raz.
Why not? You're invincible, right? Are you really getting tripped up over some common foot soldiers? Why don't you ever stop and think...
Oh, shut up. Just hurry and take them out, will ya?
Thought you'd never ask. This won't take long.
As deployed. Well... That Kai's our sniper. I could have Raz shoot him. I'll go ahead and have Kai shoot him.
Moving out.
Snipers can zoom in. When I get up here, I wonder if I zoom all the way in. Yeah, no way I could likely get him. Although, it's worth a try. Because, you know, worst case, Kai just shoots the guy anyway. But let's give this a try. Ah, oh well. I didn't really have much hope of that working. But that's okay. I was going to select Kai again anyway. Or Raz. I was going to select Raz. I'll get their names eventually.
I got this.
Because he's just going to shoot this guy in the face.
Target destroyed.
And then move up towards the other guys up there. Go ahead and crouch.
We're being pushed back. We need backup.
Go ahead and crouch.
Keep going and rendezvous with the Vanguard.
And more or less face them. And the action. So once we've used up all our command points, then we end the phase, and it's the enemy's turn. Now if we say no, even though we don't have any command points, we can look around the map. We can go to the menu and save. But we'll go ahead and end the phase. if your units see an enemy moving on their turn, your units will shoot them too. And anyone that's still alive, well, any shock trooper, scout, or engineer, basically anyone that doesn't have limited ammo.
There we go. About time, Claude.
Anyone that doesn't have limited ammo will, and is within range, will fire back once they're fired upon. Which is why I could just kill that scout that tried to shoot at me.
Yeah, I know. Soldiers, forward! Now's our chance to take the offensive.
Backup has arrived. Command points are replenished at the start of each player phase. Can be used on the same unit multiple times in a row. Useful for cutting lines, hurrying past terrain, or finishing off an enemy, but they tire out and get less action points each time you do that. And command points will roll over to an extent at least. I think they probably have a max of 20 like in the first game. Yeah, it looks like space for 20 up there. Now, we go to the unit list here, see our units, get info on them. Each unit has various traits. And slightly different stats. For example, these two here, Curtis is just flat out better than Nico in basically every way. Raz and Zyga are pretty close. Now, I don't know what all these mean. Once we're in book mode, which is what you get between missions, then we should be able to look in more details at these and see what these mean. I do remember from the previous one that Darkson Bond means that if they're near other Darksons, which are basically the kind of the dark black hair like that, then they get some type of bonus. Yes, in this game there is, or at least in this fantasy, not Europe, there is prejudice against the Darksons. The Darksons also don't have last names. Let's see. British Black Holding Family, Raz, Zyga, Tai Shulin. I am curious what some of these are. And then down at the bottom you can see what other soldiers they get along with. And aside from plot critical characters, if a soldier falls in battle and then they're left alone for a number of turns, or with none of your characters touching them, or if an enemy touches them before you can, then they're dead. They're just dead. You can't use that character anymore. But if you do touch them before time runs out or an enemy touches them, then you can call a medic and evacuate them. So that's some of the basics here. Alright, let's have Raz move up and murder that shock trooper.
Here comes the pain!
All allies have been taken out! The enemy's returning fire!
Hey there. It's saying aim for the head. And how many shots we get with our weapon per action, and how many shots it takes to kill an enemy if it were to actually hit in the center of where we're aiming. But see that dotted orange circle around there? My shots could hit anywhere in that range. But if I aim at the body, 7 of them will need to hit. If I aim at his face, only 2 need to hit. So, bye.
Come on! Your own damn fault.
I see. They're good.
Busting out the tanks, huh? This one's all yours, Claude.
It's our turn now. Fire up the engine, Miles.
Yes, sir.
Okay, the Hoffman's moving out. Destroy the enemy tank.
Tanks. Tanks with firepower and endurance far beyond that of foot soldiers. They can withstand gunfire from enemy infantry, making them a solid wall for your soldiers to use as cover. Tanks can destroy objects with red X on the command mode map. That's nice that they are indicating that more clearly now in this game. Either by firing a cannon or driving into them. Tanks cannot fit into narrow passages, so advanced infantry in those cases. Also, in this game, unlike the first one, tanks only use one command point. In the first game, tanks used 2 command points. So, you didn't end up using them very often because of that. In the first game at least, and I suspect at least to an extent in this one, your rank on a mission depends entirely on how fast you finish it. How many turns it takes. Hence the scout rush tactic. Alright, so let's take our tank.
Advancing!
And, I meant to hit info, but anyway. And let's head up to the other tank.
Watch the enemy's location.
Out of movement.
Good luck, squaddie.
Let's see. Our armor-piercing rounds have limited ammo in this game.
What?
Armor-piercing shells, mortar rounds, and a machine gun. Armor-piercing is effective against tanks. Mortars are AoE attacks, good against soldiers. And they travel in an arc. And the machine gun is for soldiers too close for the mortar, and it's also used if someone is stupid and walks out in front of your tank. On their turn, it's fired automatically. You see that down in the lower right. Now, it looks like one thing in the previous game, the tank body and tank treads were separate. You can try to hit a tank, end up hitting the treads, make it so that it can't move, but you end up not blowing up the tank, which is what you're trying to do. We'll just aim center.
Fire!
And we hit it pretty hard.
Shame about the flowers.
In the action here. Notice the big glowing thing in the back.
Okay, moving out.
That's called a weak point. Even standard bullets can do a little damage, and anything else can do massive damage. So, keep in mind for both attacking and defending. So we will come around the back here.
Down to you, Lieutenant Wallace.
Hi.
Right there!
And I think we even had a command point left.
Anyone else want to try? Squaddie don't take shit from nobody. Claude knows what I'm... Whoa, you okay?
The flowers.
Oh, yeah. They didn't stand a chance. Come on, man. You're supposed to be commander of the Ranger Corps.
A commander still has a heart, same as a foot soldier. Rank doesn't make this any less painful to see.
But crying over flowers? Even little girls have bigger balls these days.
Maybe. But what matters is that their hearts...
All right, I get it. Power of the heart, blah, blah, blah. Look, just go turn in your report already, will ya? Can't go get sloshed if we're stuck here on standby.
Good point. I'll head to the command center.
Hey, you do that. And tell the brass to send us tougher imps to fight next time, yeah?
I'm reasonably sure that this one is not finishable faster than 2 turns. Let's see, what was I going to mention? Oh yes, the music, in case you couldn't tell, is by, oh, my mind blanked out on his name, but also did the music for some of the recent Final Fantasy games, did the music for Final Fantasy Tactics. He of course did the music for the earlier Valkyria Chronicles games. Very distinct style. If you think the music kind of reminds you of Final Fantasy Tactics, it's the same composer, that's why.
Prologue. Operation Northern Cross.
Cover the untold history of the Second European War by viewing this chronicle. So yeah, we know how to save, but forget the menu. Yes, we definitely are gonna, let's go ahead and save. In the first game, the book mode was set up as if it were a book on history written by the reporter that joins up with the embedded reporter that joins up with your squad. In this book, in this game, the book looks like it's a journal of the tank commander character. Doesn't look like we can go to different tabs yet. Let's just continue on with the story.
Sir, First Lieutenant Claude Wallace reporting in.
Good work out there. Glad you're still in one piece. We're just about to go over our next operation.
You're late. I'm sure you know standard procedure is to report immediately after a mission.
Oh, Minerva. You're reporting too?
That's lieutenant to you, Claude. Don't get smart with me just because we share rank. I've got seniority.
Sorry, Lieutenant Minerva Victor.
Well, let's get started. Minerva, give us a situation report.
Yes, sir. 3 months have passed since we went to war. I won't sugarcoat it. They're steamrolling us. By this point, 1/3 of our territory is under Imperial control. This is officially a crisis.
If it's that bad already, we won't even be able to sustain a war effort.
You're right. And the Empire's only gaining momentum. If this draws out much longer...
The Federation's finished. If we fall, that's it for Europa. Nobody else could stand against them. The Empire would take total control. It'd be a fascist continent ruled with an iron fist. We can't let that happen. Europa's future depends on us.
Which brings us to now. The top brass finally got off their seats and sent us a plan. A counterattack that can turn the war around in one fell swoop, ready to be put into action.
What are the orders?
We put all our force into one strike. Break through their defenses and hit them where they'll hurt most.
soldiers, supplies. We'll use all reserves we have to make a final push and capture one crucial enemy base. And we lucky few of the 32nd Armored Ranger Battalion have been handpicked as the vanguard.
Couldn't ask for a better mission, sir. Which enemy base are we targeting?
Think bigger. We take this base, and we take their will to fight.
But how could any one target mean that much to... Wait, you don't mean...
You always were a clever boy, Claude. I think you've got it.
Our target is the Imperial capital of Schwarzgrad. Let's fight back!
Operation Northern Cross.
The year was 1935 EC. Two great powers vied to control the continent of Europa. In the east, the sun rose over the autocratic East European Imperial Alliance, a dictatorship known as the Empire. In the west, a network of loosely allied democracies banded together to form the Atlantic Federation. Both powers depended on a precious mineral, Ragnite, for their prosperity, its growing scarcity leading inevitably to war. With its overwhelming military might, the Empire captured one nation after another, while the Federation struggled to maintain unity, every battle driving them further back against the wall. 3 months have passed. With 7/10 of Europa falling to the Imperial war machine, the Federation places all its hope in a desperate counterattack. Operation Northern Cross. 6 million soldiers fought in this campaign. It claimed more lives than any other in the Second European War. Federation historians call it the Eastern Theater, but the Empire knows it as the War for the Motherland.
Forward, soldiers! This is the battle you've been training for! Operation Northern Cross begins now! We'll wipe those Imperials clear off the face of Europa! Our time has come! Forward to victory!
Countless soldiers fought and died on those fields, struggling to make their ideals a reality. Ordinary people, thrust into extraordinary circumstances, fighting in the hopes that they would see a brighter future. What follows here is a record of those brave warriors, a record of that battle against the dark. Based on the diary of one Claude Wallace, the commander of the Federation's Galleon Squad E.
Quite an intro.
Chapter 1. The Battle of Fort Crest.
Okay, now another
Good
thing.
news, Claude. HQ has awarded you with a medal.
Accessories, these are new. Providing an accessory to a soldier can boost certain stats. Accessories can be equipped from the uniform section in the equipment menu. Try a few for size. Note that you can only equip up to the number of accessories you own. Okay, well that's new. But anyway, what I was saying is one other thing that's different about this is in the first game, you could see grayed out the rest of the thing, the rest of the story and missions on the page, and you can end up getting kind of spoiled by seeing certain things and cutscene keyframes. But here it's just not filled in. The episodes of this series are probably going to end up being kind of long. Just by the nature of it being a tactics game. Go ahead and continue on here. I won't make you wait for another day to see what continues on here.
March the 10th. At long last, we have finally entered Imperial territory. The ferocity of the Federation counterattack caught the Empire off guard. Battle by battle, town by town, we're pushing back the front, with no signs of slowing down. The road to Schwarzgrad is a long one, running at least 1,500 kilometers from friendly territory into the heart of the Empire. But at the end of it lies our target, the capital city. We have a long trek ahead of us, but for now, morale is high. Everyone here believes in this operation. Everyone is praying it'll succeed.
I guess the Empire's not so tough after all, huh, Commander? Give them one good stomping, and all of a sudden they're running off home. Huh?
So are you gonna take a picture of everything we pass? Here, let me have a look at it.
Hey, Raz, come on! Stop it, really! You're wasting my film!
Wasting? No chance. What you got here is a picture of a future hero. You take one too, eh, Kai?
Yeah, maybe. There you go. That's a keeper.
Damn it, Miles! The hell was that for? Freaking hurt,
Quiet.
man!
I told him to stop the tank.
Huh? Everything okay?
The wind shifted.
Okay. Can we actually get to... It doesn't look like we can equip that accessory or go to any other tabs or anything.
They bred out the big guns.
A blast that big could wipe out a whole squad. Easy.
Let's keep moving. Our rendezvous point with Squad F should be nearby. Flash.
Thunder.
That's the password. Next time, give us the response before you scare us shitless.
Apologies. I didn't mean to frighten you. Follow me. Lieutenant Victor is waiting.
Who? Oh, you mean Minerva. And you are...
Corporal Crystal Ward, from Squad F. Indeed. I have the honor of answering to Minerva Victor, the strongest and smartest officer in the Army. I assume you saw that explosion.
Oh, we saw it all right. They must be packing serious heat.
A 21-centimeter howitzer. Currently, our worst nightmare.
It must have a range of at least 10 kilometers. We can't advance with that thing around.
Just so. Our mission is to capture that cannon.
Commander!
Good work leading Squad E so far, Claude. Your slow pace, however, does leave something to be desired.
We saw cannon fire, so we've been proceeding with caution.
Keep your excuses. As I said before, the success of Operation Northern Cross hinges on our swift advance. Time is of the essence.
I know.
You try hustling with a huge cannon up your ass. Oh, wait! You already tried and failed.
Down, boy. Claude, have you not housebroken your squad?
The hell did you say?
I'd appreciate it if you didn't insult my soldiers. They're people, not pets.
Then I expect them to act like it. I'm not the one wagging my tongue. Soldiers who step out of line are often the first to die. Remember that, Sergeant Raz.
Yeah. Hope you make it out alive too, Lieutenant.
Commander? There's a good view from the clearing. Maybe we could brief them there.
Claude, come with me.
They break up the scenes fairly often here, so you can take a break if you need to. But I want to at least get to the next battle.
Allow me to explain your next mission. As you know, Fort Crest has a 21-centimeter howitzer that's blocking our advance.
It might just look like an old castle turned into a makeshift fort. But they've stationed quite a few troops to defend the cannon.
If we get too close, those turrets on the walls will mow us down.
So when does our own cannon get here?
That howitzer already destroyed it. We were outranged.
Blown up already? How long will the replacement take?
The bridge was destroyed too, so the artillery tractor can't proceed. It will take at least 7 days. Though we do have plenty of infantry en route.
Doesn't matter how many foot soldiers we get. Without a cannon, we're just waiting around.
Not necessarily.
Huh?
Time is of the essence. We don't have a week to wait.
You're as sharp as ever. Like he says, we can't afford to wait. We'll have to capture the fort without artillery.
That's too reckless. Those turrets would fill us with more holes than Gallian cheese.
It's a dangerous mission, I know. But those are your orders. This isn't your local militia. This is what you signed up for when you joined the Edinburgh Army.
You're right. We enlisted to crush the Empire, not to commit suicide.
Then allow me to clue you in on something. Crystal, tell them the news.
Yes, ma'am. This morning, the Empire invaded Gallia.
They've invaded?
I knew it was only a matter of time.
What about our hometown? Is Hoffen okay?
All we know is that the battle broke out near the border, at Citadel Ghirlandaio. The Imperial Army, however, is being led by Prince Maximilian himself. Gallia's prospects look grim.
Oh, damn it!
Is there nothing we can do?
If Operation Northern Cross goes as planned, the Empire won't have the luxury of staying on the offensive. Our only option is to complete the mission as soon as possible.
Guess we've got no choice then. If our home's in the Empire's sights, then we've got to protect it!
Yeah, let's do it for Gallia!
The invasion of Gallia, of course, was the subject of the first game in the series. Well, let's save. May as well save over this, since all we did is scenes. And it still doesn't look like we can select any other tabs to do anything. Let's go ahead and go into here.
Here are your orders.
Here to seize Fort Crest's howitzer. Squad E will lay siege to the castle and capture the enemy camp. However, turrets are guarding the entrance. If you wander in the machine gun's range, they'll cut through you like carving a cake. Concentrate on gaining a foothold instead. Plaza out front will do. First, you'll need to get into place. Position units on the battlefield to do so. So we capture their base camp. We fail if they capture our base camp. All our units are killed, or 20 turns pass. So here we can go into squad setup. So there's our reserves. Here's our current squad. So let's look at the potential info. We actually might not start the mission yet, but let's look at these. That's interesting. He touches an enemy, he can loot ammo. Works better alone. And gets accuracy lowered if he gets interception fire. Guy sucks. Lowered accuracy when hiding. Defeating an enemy reduces AP. Blind heals increases attack power. Decreased aim. Evasion decreased near tanks. Attack increases when comes into contact with a fallen soldier. That's interesting. Doesn't always load ammo. Interception lowers evasion. Increased accuracy if they're the first one moving. Increased accuracy when you discover an enemy. Decreased defense around someone doesn't like. Attack boost to stats below half. Increased evasion when no one else is nearby. Increased defense around other Darksons. Increased attack power and evasion near Raz. When you can't see Raz, lowers attack and evasion. Sometimes decreases attack and evasion. These guys all suck. Sometimes can't move if you try and fail to defeat an enemy. Lowers defense when there's no one else around. Increased accuracy, well that at least is good. Increased AP and low HP. Decreased defense when near Darkson. Doesn't like being near leaders. Increased defense when a lot of enemies nearby. Doesn't always fire all bullets in the clip, really? Decreased evasion when charging into an enemy. Increased attack power on sneak attacks. The lowered accuracy because you don't like the Empire. Really? Having enemies nearby increases attack power. Every enemy decreases defense. Man, I don't know about some of these characters. They're kind of... Okay, let's see what these are. Increase accuracy and attack power. Oh, that's good. Increases when near Raz. Okay. Lowering HP when your AP is below half. Really? Decreased evasion because he's bald. Decreased evasion after taking interception fire. Increased defense near women. Sometimes can't move when spotted by enemies. Increased defense when crouching. Lowered accuracy. They suck. Can't get critted. Defense. Lowered defense when a bunch of enemies. Lowered accuracy. Increased power close quarters, that's good. Greatly decreased accuracy. Won't get surprise attacks. Lowered AP when near men. Decreased evasion when below. All these guys suck. Okay, changing equipment. Okay, let's give... You're probably about the best we have scout-wise. Are there other... Yeah, no other options there yet. What do these do? +3 aim and +3 versus armor. Let's actually give those to Raz. I don't think we likely have any paint parts, do we? Vehicles have limited space, but we don't have any parts to install in them. Camo, seasonal auto switch. The only camo option we have. Decal. That's the only decal we have right now. Not a lot of customization yet. We're gonna go back into book mode so we can save. And we'll actually do that mission next time. I hope you have been enjoying. Thanks for watching. If you are enjoying it, like, subscribe, leave a comment, and I will see you next time.